I guess we're having some issues on Facebook and YouTube on audio, so we'll make sure. Thanks, Arnie, for letting us know that. We'll make sure that we get that straightened out here. And
let's hope that just got resolved.
Yeah, let's hope that straightened it out there.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots going on, and like you said, Pete, if you're coming down, the triathlon, marathon, whatever seemed to be happening far too often, and far too often in the opinion of a person whose business gets shut down because they won't let people into the parking lot of it. But yeah, little delay, but they'll always make some accommodation to get you in or get you back out. But yeah, busy.
I guess we're back up.
Nice.
Yeah. So
a little
good.
refresh.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for. All right. Thanks.
Welcome to a live show.
Yeah. So, and that's exactly why Wayne's sitting in that seat, is because he's got to run the show next week, and he knew exactly what to do before I even told him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. There's a lot of dynamics right now going on in this show because of all of the feeds. And the hard part is it is a live show, and we can't monitor all the different feeds at the same time while we're live. So it's great that you guys are texting us and calling us and telling us.
Yes,
when
please do.
Not right. Yes.
Yeah. Please let us know that that's the inside. So thanks to Corey King and Arnie for keeping us posted. Yeah. All right. So appreciate that. So let's talk about fishing for a second. A little surge in fishing. And we're going to hear from Dan Carrier. We had our Let's Talk Hookup day and a half trip on the Searcher here this week. And they got limits of bluefin.
Great news.
Right?
Yeah. So, we were kind of plagued with that wind here for the last week or so. And there was some, call it exactly what it was. There was some tough fishing. Captain Frank Lepresti said the same thing. Just, the particular area that we had to fish from below the border to above the island was just tough. And it was just great to see that wind finally start to back off and the fishing get good. The Polaris Supreme was the first, big shocker. Aliar was the first one to get a nice hit on big fish.
Big fish.
And I think they had a stop for 12. All of them were over 100 pounds. And then that just seemed to be the kickoff of some better and better and better fishing happening. And, we had a bunch of guys excited to go on our Let's Talk Hookup day and a half trip on board the Searcher. It was fun to see Dan and the whole group and everybody getting loaded up and getting ready. And just like you said, man, those guys had a great trip. Limits of bluefin, school size fish up to nice big 60-pounders and daytime fly line, nighttime jig fishing. All of it was at play again, and some great fishing.
Yeah, some really good fishing. And Wayne, what have you been up to? You've been trying to be retired, but people just keep pulling you away, right?
I'm trying to get out fishing. We actually went out last week, and unfortunately, we ran over 100 miles and got skunked.
Yeah, you were out with the Shermanator,
Yeah,
huh?
we went out, and we went all the way out to 302 down to the 371. Above the upper hidden, came back up to 425 across the 101, the rock pile, came home.
Nothing.
It was just not the day for us. So it was a little snotty out there. And good news is that Everingham took care of us with some phenomenal bait.
Oh,
it was just unfortunate we didn't get to use it.
Bait situation now is totally straightened out.
Back to normal.
They seem to found where it is and what's going on, and seem to have floated.
There were some firecracker deans in there.
Gotta love
little ones, but they were good. They're solid bait.
Yeah, that's all you need, right?
Yeah, I was we found some really nice patties out there too.
And they didn't just
you're by the time you get to them, you don't know if you're the first, second, or last guy that's on it, right? So it was interesting because there was bait under them. So it's almost like somebody had pulled up and threw chum under them, but they might have picked them.
Yeah,
you don't know.
Some really good fishing at the Coronado Islands as well. I saw the Lucky Bee, Brandon Nelson come back from a charter yesterday, and they had limits of bluefin, a bunch of big yellows, and he said wide open calico bass, all in the same anchor job at the Coronado Islands.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Limits of nice looking. He said limits of tuna and released several and some really nice grade yellows, and all you wanted full speed calico bass, all from the same anchor job at the islands.
But Brandon has just been doing
a great job, man. No doubt about it.
Phenomenal. Yeah. And do you book that through Lucky Bee Sport Fishing? Can you book it at Fisherman's Landing?
Both exist. I know he has a website for charter, and it's that he just operates out of Fisherman's Landing. You can book it on the website at Fisherman's Landing. You go directly through him. All of the above. It's one of those things. If you want to go, I think he's doing exactly as you described. He's doing a really good job. So he's very popular, and the boat fills out. But just like anything, there's always open spots here or there.
Especially this time of the year when kids go back to school, things start to. But this is the best time of the year to go fishing.
I would be shocked if it was still available. But I also saw another Brandon Hayward, Bite Sport Fishing, also running great operation at a Fisherman's Landing. I saw a blurb on the Fisherman's Landing website that they had a trip that was going to run on their Mexicat, on the smaller boat, reduced price, the whole nine. And then I don't know if it was moving boats or catching sea bass. They slid. They said, "Oh, you know what? Well, things change. We're going to run the trip on the Freeman, but the price is going to stay the same." So there was like 1 or 2 spots to get to go fishing on that beautiful Freeman, but at the reduced cost. And they were going to go to the islands and go get in on that great fishing. So I can't imagine that's still there, but it's certainly worth a look. And again, another fantastic operation to go down and get in on that great fishing.
This week's weather was not that great.
No.
Next week looks amazing. I don't know that you looked at the windy charts or I use Ventusky, but it looks amazing.
It's about damn time. And I'm with you. I look every day because it has been plaguing us. There's no doubt about it. It has not been an easy week of weather.
Yeah. So go fishing next week.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
It's ready.
And I'll bet they're going to bite too.
Well, did you see that weather report? There's another cyclone down below Baja in Mexico right now. So eventually that's going to do something, whether it comes up, goes west, or come across Baja. But
it might affect some of those longer trips down there, down like at the
I'm
rocks.
hoping it pushes fish north.
Well, it should. That's what it's supposed to do, right?
Push everything north, man. Let's go.
Yeah. Bring it here, and they don't have to go far south.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Ken Franke, Sport Fishing Association of California, who's right here next to the world headquarters of Let's Talk Hookup. I see him pretty much every day, and he's working every day, that guy. He wanted me to make sure that people understand there's a new thing now where when you go, I guess if you're driving across or you're traveling across, unless you're staying for more than 30 days or something like that, that you don't need a visa in Mexico. And he wanted me to be sure. There was some confusion about, well, gee, I'm going to Mexico for the day at the Coronado Islands. I don't need the FMM. It's 2 different things. He wanted me to be sure that people understood. And like Ricky and I were talking about, I don't really understand the difference between the two. He probably would be able to explain it. But visas and FMMs are 2 different things. You still need the FMM when you go to the Coronado Islands.
So just because if you're flying to Cabo for 3 days and you don't need one does not mean you no longer need to have one when you're going to your boat. You still need to purchase your FMM the same way through the website. It always has been. Yep.
That's what he said. Yeah. Hopefully someday that'll end, but we'll see. Next Saturday, though, Wayne is, of course, preparing today for a phenomenal show.
It's going to be cool.
Eric Cord is going to be here in the world headquarters, who's the Eric is like the chief of enforcement, right?
He's the assistant chief of Marine Division for CDFW.
So
he's in charge of all of the coastal law enforcement group.
And Craig Schumann, who's the head of
Marine Division
CDFW Fisheries, and then so Craig Schumann is Eric's boss.
No,
they're 2 different
channels.
2 different channels.
So what Craig does, Craig goes up more of the regulatory, and the science side of the marine side. So he handles all of our people that go to the commission, the Pacific Fisheries Management Council, all of the scientists, the marine scientists doing all the programs, all the fisheries management plans. He's on that side of the business.
Okay. All right.
Eric is on the enforcement side of the business.
I see. Okay. So that's going to be next Saturday. They want to talk lobster.
2 top dogs. How cool is that? That's it.
Yeah. Those are the 2 guys that we work with all the time on all different levels of what we do to manage our fisheries here on the West Coast.
That's pretty cool, amazing. Wayne. And then Ken Franke's going to come in with them.
Great.
With Eric. So Eric and Ken will be here in the studio with Wayne and Corey Sandin. And then Craig Schumann will be on the phone because he lives in Santa Barbara, I believe, or something like that. So that's going to be an amazing show. You want to be sure to check that. And they're going to be talking. They want to talk about lobster. Eric wants to talk about lobster. Now tomorrow,
there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, tomorrow we have the guys from Promar on,
cool,
which is going to be super fun. The great guys. It's Brian Sanchez and then Captain Pablo Fernandez. Pablo Fernandez, of course, runs charters. Lobster charters, so they'll be here tomorrow. So I can't believe it's already almost lobster season.
It's an early start this year.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks from today.
Crazy.
Friday the 26th at 6 p.m.
Oh, so it's 2 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah.
So it opens at 6 p.m. on Friday. Wow. And they did that for safety reasons, right?
They did that because people were jamming to get out there and causing problems. So they said if we do it in the evening before, then people have time. You can't put nets in the water early anymore. You can't soak early like we used to do. So, that it was just, they're working with us to try to make it better and easier and safer.
Yeah.
So that's why we've moved the dates and the times around. And Craig and Eric can talk about that next week when they're on the show.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see tomorrow's show. Promar is always so advancing lobster stuff, and they've always seemed to have something new, some kind of cool next new thing. And so I'll be looking forward to seeing what that is. Think about the innovation that has come on behalf of those guys. When we used to just fish regular flat nets, and they, switched to the, the Eclipse, and then the ambush, and like the 8 of the conical style net, and then the difficulties that we always had in high sea lion areas of trying to keep bait, and the innovation of the bait cages, and they're so good at taking whatever like the top new innovative thing is, whether it be from the the garage fabrication side of things, and then making a streamlined killer product, or innovation that they bring to the table. Like they're always pushing something new in the lobster world, and I can't wait to see tomorrow. There'll be something new. There always is.
No, Brian's going to be bringing some stuff and giving away some great prizes too with them, and Pablo's kind of their main guy, their main 6-pack guy, and he's going to come in and he'll talk about some of the new innovations that he works very closely with Promar. So
excited!
That'll be a good one tomorrow morning.
And it's not just lobster; those nets are now being used for crab up north,
right?
Yes.
Because they don't have the trap availability.
Yeah.
So, and they're working. They work really well.
Yeah.
So
no, they make the best. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. So this is kind of an open show.
Yeah.
We do pretty much everything you want. You have questions for Wayne, Rick, myself. It's your show. It's your show today, and going to be super, super fun to talk Wayne. Wayne's running the board. We got all kinds of stuff. We looking at, Royal Star just pulled in. They're unloading a beautiful catch of fish, and lots going on.
Was this the
this was the Chris
Chris
show.
Yamada, CalStar, Randy Tucson as a passenger trip?
Yeah.
That's cool.
You think they got him?
I would bet so.
Yeah.
I would bet
they
so.
got him. Yeah, for sure.
That's
with that
cool.
crew. Yeah, as you can hear, great show today.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. And if you want to join us, man, we want to hear from you. Give us a call. Let's talk Hookup this morning. We're going to have a great time. We are standing by at the fan to take your call, 833-288-0973. One more time, 833-288-0973 is how you reach us on the phones, or you can send us a text. Already getting great texts coming through here on Let's Talk Hookup. If you want to do that, the only way is through the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's a free download. We say it every week. If you don't have it, you need to go on your phone, go into the App Store, go into the Google Play Store, just search Let's Talk Hookup, look for that fish talking to the microphone icon, and download it, man. It's easy. It's the best way to listen to Let's Talk Hookup archive shows. You can listen on your drive home 24/7. If you missed any cool tip, if you wanted to hear from John and the CalStar guys, you can go back to that show, get a hot tip on the rod model you were looking for, and it's the only way to send in your text questions. When you do send in a text, make sure you include your contact info. All we need is a name and a phone number in case you win the big prize at the end of the show today. We want to make sure to get it to you. And man, killer prize today. It's Costa Day. One lucky caller or texter that's going to be determined by the coin flip at the end of the show is going to win a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses. For our audience looking on Facebook and YouTube, Wayne's holding them up to the camera there right now. This is the White Tip Pro.
Love that pair.
It's a really cool. These are brand new. Black frame, blue mirror, 580 glass, just a high-end, beautiful pair of Costas. Nice wrap to them. They're not big giant bug eye glasses.
Right.
Just a killer pair of fishing shades that one lucky caller or texter is going to get from our great friends at Costa Del Mar. Again, if you want to get through, give us a call on the phones, 833-288-0973, or send us a text. It's going to be a fun show. We're going to be talking travel. We're going to be talking fishing. We're going to be talking gear. Whatever you want, it's on the table today. Going to be a fun one. When we come back, we're going to be taking those phone calls. Lots of great info coming your way. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. This is Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
The fish are biting and it's time to go. Hi, this is Ben, and you will see me at my dad's shop, Dana Landing in Mission Bay, or maybe in front of the shop on my kayak. It doesn't matter if you are out there on a kayak with me, on your boat, headed out on a sport boat. Dana Landing has everything you need. We call it the one-stop shop for a great day on the water because it truly is. Food, bait, tackle, beverages, and more. Our tackle shop, headed by John, is certainly one of the best. For freshwater tackle, nothing beats East East County Bait and Tackle. These guys have the best rods and reels and the hottest lures and live bait. Our newest shop is Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle with a great stock of both fresh and saltwater tackle right in the heart of Lemon Grove. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview and Lakeside. Lemon Grove Bait and Tackle, 94 to Broadway in Lemon Grove, and Dana Landing is next to the Dana Launch Ramp in Mission Bay. Check out danalanding.com for more details.
Anyone that's been to the East Cape knows Smokey's Curing Company Cantina, the best food and drink in Los Barriles, and a fun place to hang out and watch your favorite sporting event. If you're lucky, you probably had Smokey's process your fish to take home. Their quality and service is top-notch. You'll see me at Smokey's Cantina hanging out with the owner Chris and my buddies when fishing in the East Cape. And we always send our fish to be processed at Smokey's too. Now Chris has added one of the finest boats in the East Cape available for you to charter for a day or more of fishing. Vaquera. It's an immaculate 35 Cabo with a seakeeper and Captain Diego Romero, one of Baja's best. If you're looking for a great charter boat when fishing at Palmas, Playa, or other resorts, Vaquera, booked at BajaSmokies.com, should be your choice. So when you're headed to the East Cape, be sure to stop by Smokey's Curing Company Cantina. Send your fish to be processed there and fish aboard the 35 Cabo Vaquera. Check BajaSmokies.com for more details.
One rod has set the standard for serious saltwater anglers worldwide, and that's CalStar. From the rugged dependability of the West Coast series, the lightweight strength of the Graphiter, or the performance of the GG series, all CalStar rods are handmade right here in Southern California of the finest materials and craftsmanship. Check out the new CalStar models now available, as well as upgrades to the classic rods that you know and love. If you want your tackle to be state-of-the-art tools to get the job done right, it's CalStar at Fine Tackle Dealers.
Hi, my name is Chris Webb, and I'm one of the owners of Nature Fed Beef Company. We've started Nature Fed to bring families the highest quality beef that you can get in Southern California. Did you know when you buy ground beef at the store, it can contain hundreds, if not thousands, of different cows? All our cows are pasture-raised and pasture-finished. They roam and graze on green grass miles away from any freeways, assuring low levels of cortisol and some of the best meat quality that you can get. These animals are raised in God's country in the Klamath Basin and just outside of Corning, California. We sell our cow shares in quarters, half, and full cows. This gives you a cut from every piece of the cow, and all the meat you buy comes from the same cow. We deliver it right to your door, packaged and ready for your freezer. Let's Talk Hookup listeners can enjoy $250 off any beef order with the code Hookup. Give us a call at 619-324-3555 to order, or visit naturefedbeef.com. $250 off any beef order with the code Hookup. Visit naturefedbeef.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning. Phone lines are already rolling right through. We do still have one line open if you want to get through. This is going to be a fun show. It's your show today. Whatever you want to talk about, it's all on the table. 833-288-0973. Fishing, regulations, how much you hate sea lions, whatever. Yeah. It's on.
I hate sea lions. Can I go on record right now and tell you how much I hate sea lions?
I vote for that.
Yeah. 2-day on the Liberty. I can't believe this actually has space available.
No.
Yes.
Our October trip?
Yes. Lots of space.
You're kidding me.
Yes. So it's a ultra limited load, limited to 24 on the Liberty. Dude. It's leaves Sunday at 10 a.m. on the 19th of October.
Okay.
And it's about a month away. And then it comes back at 6 a.m. on the 21st. It's $925, includes your food, and for a 2-day trip on the Liberty with 24 people. And so we're going to have some prizes on there, and it's going to be super fun. If you want to go to fishermanslanding.com and book it, because it's going to fill up.
I'm shocked. Yeah,
I'm telling you, mid-October is good. The way things are shaping up right now,
it's going to be a later season.
The month.
Yeah.
It's going to be the month.
My favorite time of year to be fishing, too.
Absolutely.
You get that beautiful flat weather and, hopefully that great fishing.
So take advantage of that trip, because Wayne and I were talking about that. I was like, well, I can't believe there's not that many people.
Shocked that there's openings on
normally
that trip.
there are always, but it's been a funny year,
Everybody's going to wait to the last minute, and then they're going to be mad when they can't get on.
When they can't get on it. So get on it now. Fishermanslanding.com. Just go to the easiest way to do it is you go on their website and you go to pick the boat, Liberty, and then go to the type of trip is a 2-day limited load, and it'll bring that trip.
Just hit search.
Yeah, search.
That's cool.
And it's easy. Yeah. So What are we going to do, Wayne?
Yeah,
You're
your
running the
call,
show.
bro. We go on phones. We go in text.
Yeah,
You
let's
tell
go
me,
to the
man.
phones,
I'm
guys.
ready to roll. The phones are definitely packed up. Again, if you want your shot, it's 833-288-0973. Let's talk to Gus. He's calling us from Burbank this morning. Man, we haven't heard from
Gus.
Gus in a minute. How are you, buddy?
Good morning, everybody.
Hi, Gus.
Gus.
I guess I should say happy anniversary, eh?
Thank you, Wayne.
How about that, man?
Thank you, Gus.
34 years.
Yeah, I know. We've been
34
doing
years
this stuff
down,
for
working on
34 years.
35.
There we go. We're in the 35th year already.
That's amazing. I've been listening since the very beginning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gus, you've been a big part of the show since the very beginning.
Yeah, part of the family, buddy.
Well, I don't know. It's good to be a part of this family because, man, I slept a little late this morning, so I didn't hear about the anniversary show today until I picked up the phone. You know.
That's been some of the most fun, Pete, since you made that announcement last weekend. Is, you know, there's been a lot of people that came through the store this week, and you know, there was a lot of you start to hit years like that. There's a lot of reminiscent of, I can't believe it's been 34 years. I remember listening when it was Marty, and I remember before it was Marty, and you know, I'll bet in 34 years I haven't missed 10 shows. And there was a lot of really fun, reminiscent of all the fun we've had on Let's Talk Hookup. And man, you start to think about all the great times we've had with Gus and Gus's world famous smoked salmon and all the mornings at Fred Hall's show and all the
best salmon in the world right there.
All the great times we've had.
Come on, Gus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Think about all of the news that has broke on the airwaves of Let's Talk Hookup. You know, I mean, some of the biggest things in fishing, the most exciting news, the most tragic closures, the biggest reports, all the new stuff. Like, I mean, think about all of the things that have broke on the airwaves of Let's Talk Hookup in 34 years of time. It's been pretty fun. It's been pretty fun years, buddy.
Fun years. Yeah, it's been great having you all a part of it too. And thanks to Ricky and Wayne and Corey and Brandon and all the Marty. I mean, all the people that have made it.
Good team here, buddy.
Right?
No doubt.
Well, not to mention all of the guests that you've had over time.
Yeah, and all the supporting staff too, and all the sponsors and everything. Couldn't have done it without the whole team.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
We'll just keep it rolling as long as we can, right?
It works for me.
Yeah.
I'm sure good with that.
Thanks a lot for the call, Gus. Appreciate that very much. All right. So Wayne's learning a thing. So we never know who's on the line, but I'm going to venture to guess that is none other than Dan Carrier calling in about the searcher trip. Good morning, Dan.
Oh, good morning, Pete.
Oh, yeah, that's the man. That's Alaska Dan.
Yeah, that's Alaska Dan. What's happening?
Hey, Dan.
You just came off a 2-day trip on the search, or excuse me, it's a 1.5-day trip on the searcher. Give us a rundown.
Well, the trip was very nautical. It was, but we did very well. We had limits of bluefin, and we Captain Mike worked really hard to get us on the fish as we went, and it was the people on the boat were all pretty experienced, and several of them have been on this trip several times. So I recognized a few of them from when I had last been on the trip. But it started off we started off at the Cortez Bank. When we got past the San Clemente Island, the wave action really started picking up. But over at the Cortez, it was down. Relatively speaking, it was down, and so we were fishing, and we caught a lot of those
bonito.
Yeah. I was trying to say a clean word about those bonito that we caught.
Saber-tooth stripers.
Yeah, and but we did pick up some small yellowtail. We got one yellowtail, but we did pick up some small bluefin at that point, and so. Then around 10 o'clock or 10:30, we had an incident on the boat. Unfortunately, one of the anglers slipped and tore a gash in his leg, and they had to be medevaced off the boat. Wow. But they ended up just getting some stitches and were fine. And I talked to the person who was injured, and he said he just picked up a piece of just put bait on his hook and just slipped and hit his. He didn't hit
that's
anything on the boat but the deck.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but we had that bit of an excitement.
Good to know that he was okay
well-
and that the Coast Guard came out and got him. And
It's
that
al-
must have been.
They came and got him, and I had a chance to talk to everybody about Boston Insurance and how all this stuff is covered. You should get it. And it was handled very well by the crew. And his son was on the boat. His son was a police officer, and he handled it very well, as this training would have him do.
I was going to say,
So
it's always
everything was cool.
it's always sad and scary and all those things when something like that happens. But boy, when it's done and the chopper lifts off, like you always take a step back and take a sigh of relief and realize, like, man, our fleet has got it going on. And it's one of those things that impresses me the most is on the very rare time that something does happen, you could go from just BSing with those guys and telling a locker room story or them helping you pull on some big fish to, like, man, when it's go time, like, it's crazy how professional and how well trained and how good those guys handle an adverse situation. And total bummer that the gentleman had to be lifted off, but man, it sure makes you feel good knowing, like, how quickly our boys get into action and kind of handle everything when your life's in their hands. You know they got your back.
And the U.S. Coast Guard.
Totally,
too.
man.
Yeah.
I mean everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So unfortunately, he missed limits of bluefin. I understand.
Yeah.
So then what happened?
Well, okay. So we started to move because we lost our place we moved away from the banks, from the Cortez Bank, to meet the chopper. And so we lost our spot on the Cortez Bank. So we decided we would go down towards San Clemente and fish back there because we heard there's fish there, and restart our own position out there. And we did meet a lot of fish. We stopped several times on the way, picked up fish until about 5 o'clock when we got onto a school of 20 to 60 pound bluefin that just went crazy. And we just went wide open there. 1 hour into the darkness until the captain said, "Hey, we were going to go night fishing, but it's night and we limited out.
We're done."
Anymore.
Yeah. We were going to keep you up all night, but you caught them all.
So this is actually, it was daytime. It was daytime fish, huh?
It was evening fishing that was outrageous.
Oh, it's so cool.
And so
It only takes that one stop.
Yeah.
Make a trip.
Wow, that sounds great. And the next morning, you were back at Fisherman's Landing unloading your catch.
We're unloading our catch, yes. And so it was, it kind of reminded me a little bit of albacore fishing in terms of the weather and the wind and stuff. And it was a little sloppier off of San Clemente than it was on the Cortez Bank.
Oh, that's
but we weathered through it, and we had a lot of good attitudes. Everybody was gracious. I didn't see any issues occur except for the one incident where the person got hurt. And that was kind of like, how did that happen? And I think everyone enjoyed the trip. A lot of them have fished that trip a lot. I guess I'm looking forward to going to a 2-day trip next year.
Yes, yeah. Both of our searcher trips next year will be
cool.
a 2-day trip rather than the day and a half. So they'll both be, and they're already on the searcher schedule, searchersportfishing.com. And I know, Dan, you gave away some great prizes from AFCO, Shimano, Gamakatsu was the sponsor of the trip, and everybody got Gamakatsu hooks, and we had Costa sunglasses on the trip. A lot of good prizes to give away, right?
There was no complaint about the prizes. They were just remarkable,
That's
and
great.
they were very, very happy with them. So, and you gave away that one travel bag as well that was in
Yes,
there.
the
So
AFCO
that
travel
was a big
bag.
prize too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, Dan,
So,
thanks for covering
they-
it. Thanks for doing a great job hosting the trip for us. And if you want to go on any of those trips next year, the 2-day searcher trips, searchersportfishing.com, book early because I guarantee you all those trips always sell
Yeah,
out.
no doubt.
So thanks,
And I'd
Dan.
like to say one last
Go
thing.
ahead.
One last thing
Go ahead.
is that for the first week, they give the people who were on the trip the opportunity to rebook it. And so after that first week, then it's open to everybody else. So you may want to go on, put your name on the waiting list now, so you get notified when the spots are available.
Good point. Because
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
they might show sold out right now, but in a week they open up to everybody
That's
else.
correct.
And I love
Yeah.
that they do that, man. If you're loyal to the trip, you got 1 week to get your time in off at work for the next season and get your deposit in and get your spot held, and then it's go time.
And don't forget to make your reservation at the fish processor.
Yes, for sure, at Fisherman's Process.
Oh, yes.
Hey, thanks a lot for the call, Dan. Appreciate that. Glad you had it. And thanks for doing a great job hosting our Let's Talk.
Oh, thank you all. Bye-bye.
All right.
See you, Dan. All right. Hey, with that said, it's time to find out what's biting out there. It's time to hear from our buddy Marcos from C4 Sport Fishing's on the line today. That Catchport Summit by Summit Gasoline at the San Diego Sports Arena. It is the place to fill up your car, your truck, and your boat with the lowest in gas and diesel prices. Do you know that Summit is also the place to get the lowest prices on ice and snacks for your trip? Over 40 snacks. And let me tell you, that number has grown significantly. I was in Summit this week. Whole family was down. We were dropping some fish off at Fisherman's Processing, and we went in there. Finn happened to be in there, gave us a tour. Wyatt thinks Summit is the coolest store.
It is the coolest.
If you haven't been into Summit in a while, there's these giant racks right in the center that have all of those 89-cent snacks. They've almost doubled the amount of them.
Wow.
I mean, like if you're put yourself in a 3.5-year-old's body, like you go into a store that is literally nothing but snacks and cool drinks and people want to give you a high five, like Wyatt thinks it's the coolest store.
And these are 89-cent snacks that cost well over $1 everywhere.
Oh, dude, let me tell you. Yeah. And you get to tell him like, oh, you can pick, go for it, man. Pick out 2 and pick out 1 for your brother. And he just thought it was just the coolest thing in the world. And
now, did you get the 89-cent Haagen-Dazs ice cream?
Pete, I'm smarter than that. No, you're absolutely. We did not get that. Yeah, absolutely. We did not get that.
Those were pretty cool.
We were fruit snack.
Mind you, but if Holly's listening,
we have to test.
Quality assurance. We were fruit snacks and granola bars and all the other things that don't melt and get all over the place. But it was really fun. And again, all of those snacks available for just 89 cents, as well as their killer fresh sandwiches and frozen bait too. And Finn was just showing me they're going to have they installed a brand new cold case. They were literally installing it while we were there. They're going to have fresh made salads, like grab and go salads that are done twice a day. So, morning brand new ones. And then again at lunchtime, you can roll in if you're wanting something on the quick and go. Just they do such a good job with everything. Also, let's not forget about the ice. Only $3.99 for a 25-pound bag, and you get 100 pounds free with a 35-gallon fill at Summit Gasoline
and $3.99 gas.
Dude, how about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Cheapest in town. That's why we went, man. Like, hey, it's Summit Gasoline, free ice for our Let's Talk Hookup listeners. The lowest prices in gas at the San Diego Sports Arena. Hey, we're going to find out what's going on. We're going to talk to the man, Marcos from C4 Sport Fishing's on the line. What's up, Marcos?
Good morning, guys. How's everyone doing?
Doing great, buddy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, fishing is chugging along about what you'd expect now. Still some good fishing, and actually offshore there, they had a little bit of weather there, a little bumpy out there, but they're still catching those bluefin, occasional yellowtail. I think they still had a couple yellowfin in the mix. So about what we've been seeing there, the full day trips, whether they're fishing offshore, down at the islands, plugging away at those bluefin, yellowtail, some bottom fishing in there. Half day, same thing. Still catching some calico bass, rockfish, good bottom fishing. A few days in there, they caught some barracuda, saw some bonita. I believe they saw 1 yellowtail earlier in the week. So still really good. Those twilight trips, like I said, we're running those Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights now, and they're still catching fish, calico bass, rockfish, other bottom fish. They had some yellowtail last Sunday on their trip there. And those twilight trips, we're going to keep running them as long as you guys want to keep going on them. So check the website, seaforthlanding.com. Got our full schedule up there for those half days, the twilights on the weekend, the full days, both the San Diego and the Sea Watch. Lots of overnights, day and a half, some longer trips coming into the mix here. And like we talked about, September, October it feels like it should be slowing down, but it really doesn't, fishing-wise and trip-wise. So definitely make your reservations online. Sometimes it doesn't take much. They see 1 yellowtail on those half day, and that trip had 35 spots open. You go to make a reservation, and it's full. So definitely check that out, seaforthlanding.com. Give us a call at the office, 619-224-3383. Come down, visit us in person. Like to get that gear tuned up. Not time to put it away yet, and we'd love to get you guys out there and catch you some more fish.
Awesome. Well, a great report. Fantastic to hear that they're biting. And again, we talked about it this morning. We're welcoming this weather change. Should be a good week. Good fishing. Great job, Marcos. Glad to hear the fish are still biting at Seaforth, and we'll talk to you next week.
I'll talk to you then, guys.
Thanks, Marcos.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that very much. Hey, that's going to wrap up our Catch Report with Marcos, sponsored by the Fish Pros at Fisherman's Processing in San Diego, where you get the premier processing experience. Check out the easier online system to book your processing for your long-range trips. With more team members, Fisherman's Processing stays far ahead of the rest. More same-day capacity, the finest in their customer service. You can stop by their location in Old Town on Taylor Street or check Fisherman's Processing. And just like Wayne said, man, you got to make sure to make that reservation today.
Right.
That's it. All right. Hey, we're having a great time here this morning. Lots of great fishing, lots going on. And when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls, more catch reports, and a whole lot more of your phone calls and text. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook and YouTube Live, and 97.3 The Fan.
For local or long-range fishing, we have you covered. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. Being a part of the San Diego Sport Fishing Landing gives us a distinct advantage when it comes to getting you on the latest and hottest tackle for your trip. Our expert staff knows exactly what you need for your long-range or local trip, and we will not sell you something you don't need. We carry a huge inventory of the right tackle. So visit us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
When you're pursuing big game fish, the right gear is essential. Not just the rod, reel, and line, but the right pair of binoculars too. So upgrade your gear to the best pair of Fujinon stabilized binoculars from Baker Marine. Baker Marine has been selling binoculars for decades, and more importantly, they service all brands right there at their San Diego Shelter Island location. Need the best? Fujinon Stabiscopes are the professional's choice. Looking for top-tier stabilization at a great price? The Fujinon Technostabi TSX 1440s deliver rock-steady vision even in rough waters, perfect for serious anglers. Baker Marine is the largest Fujinon retailer on the West Coast, and when you buy from them, they'll be there when your binoculars need service. Plus, they'll give you a great price on all in-stock Fujinon binoculars. Stop by their store on Shelter Island in San Diego and test a pair of Fujinon binoculars and see which ones are right for you. They even have compact and lightweight Fujinon stabilized binoculars for your next vacation or hunting trip. You know you need a pair of stabilized binoculars, so get them from the experts at Baker Marine. Learn more at bakermarine.com.
Hello, this is Captain Mike Totter from Searcher Sport Fishing. Alongside my colleague, Chef Josh Evans, and our dedicated team, we invite you to join us aboard the Searcher. Our fishing trips range from a day and a half to 8 days, available May through November, and include charter options. We're committed to upholding a legacy of top-notch customer service, delicious food, and a friendly and talented crew. Book your fishing adventure online at searchersportfishing.com or call Rachel at 619-226-2403. That's searchersportfishing.com. We look forward to welcoming you aboard.
Hello, Let's Talk Hookup listeners. This is Tim with Friends of Rollo, and we were gearing up for our annual Rodo Week promotion. This year highlights a fantastic selection of rods that will be given away every Thursday starting November 6th. All of these rods can be seen on the Rollo website at rollokids.org. Tickets are $25 each, and if you buy 4, we will give you one free. When you buy 4, you will also be entered into a drawing to win one of Carl Newell's personal rods and Newell reel. Carl Newell was a pioneer in the fishing industry, and what better way to have a chance to own a piece of fishing history? To purchase tickets, call Tim at 951-264-7382 or email win@rollokids.org. Please leave your name and number, and I will get back to you. Thank you for making it possible for Friends of Rollo to take over 150,000 kids fishing. Your support is greatly appreciated.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning, man. Lots of fun going on. I just heard that spot about Rodo Week, man. That's cool. That's kicking off.
Rodo Week. We're going to hear from Mike Lum later in the show today, but right, and that's what the other thing too is you not only help CCA, but you also help Rollo a lot, right?
I do. Yeah. A great
We gotta get
program
him on
taking
the,
kids fishing.
Yeah, it's a fantastic program.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the Rodo Week starts today. Tim is standing by his phone right now. You have a chance to win starting November 6th for $25, a number of great rods on there. And we'll talk more about it later on in the show this morning. But there's cow stars, there's custom Batsons, Taipans, all kinds of great stuff on there from great rod manufacturers. And all you need to do to purchase tickets, you can purchase them right now. Send an email to Tim at win@rollokids.org, win@rollokids.org. He'll get the email. He'll call you back, or just call him right now at 951-264-7382. 951-264-7382. That's the Rollo Kids Rodo Week promotion.
That's awesome.
Such a great promotion. I don't know about you, Ricky, but I'm hungry. Every time I think about, talking about Charlie's Landing over at C4 Sport Fishing. Wayne, have you been over there to have food yet?
I've had. Yeah, it's really good.
Really good.
Really
What'd you have?
Good. I had I had to have the fish and chips because you always have to take them and score everybody on the same scale. So
There
fish
you
and chips
go.
is the one.
Yeah.
And then I had the shrimp. which was really
yeah.
good too.
Shrimp tacos.
The shrimp, yeah.
Oh boy, smash burger for me over there.
Really?
Their smash burger. If you haven't had their smash burger, it's insane.
That's really
It's really top notch.
The thing is, it's that it was just there was a high level restaurant background that was brought to the fisherman's place. You know what I mean? And Brant grew up in our world as a fisherman, one of us, but is an expert in that world and restaurant industry. And it was so fun having, it was so fun having him on the radio show and just saying the kitchen in Charlie's Landing is not this expansive giant place, but it was so cool hearing him take like their big restaurant mentality into our local rad spot next to Seaforth. It's Charlie's Landing. And, they're talking about fresh ingredients every day, everything made from scratch. The way to do things the right way was what they were all about. And it shows in their food. It's killer.
You want breakfast right now? They have a beautiful outdoor setting right on the water there, right in Mission Bay there. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is served. And here's the other thing too. If you're launching a boat right now,
exactly what I was going to say, dude.
And you're headed over to grab some bait, call up Charlie's Landing, order something, and pull into the Seaforth dock and go grab fresh breakfast, fresh lunch, whatever. They'll have it ready for you when you pull right up after you get your bait.
When you launch in Mission Bay and you're cruising through that 5 mile an hour zone before you turn in, if you call your order in then, by the time you're done scooping bait, you just idle over to the dock at Seaforth, make sure you're not in the way of any of the boats, tie up, boom, boom. Fish, you're eating hot killer breakfast instead of trying to choke down a Pop-Tart on your way out before you hit the fives. It's the only way to roll.
Yeah. Or if you're going out on a boat tonight, they don't serve dinner on the way out. You know what? That's easy. Just call them up, order dinner for your friends on the boat or yourself or everybody else, and they'll have it ready for you when you
well,
when
on
you
top
get on
of
the
that,
boat.
if you're waiting in line to get on the boat, you got to go in early, right? Everybody's waiting around.
Yeah.
If you show them your ticket, you get $1 beer, the first one, right?
$1 beer.
That's what he said on the radio 2 weeks ago. It was
pretty amazing.
Man, I'll tell you what, Pete, or Ricky, that wasn't fair that you guys got to eat on the show. That was drool factor high.
It was so good.
Killing me, man.
It really was. No, blowing smoke because he was there. It was really, really good.
So unfair.
They did burritos. They did breakfast sandwiches, breakfast tacos. And, Brant brought an inappropriate amount of food. So there was a couple things left over, and I brought them to the boys at the tackle store, and they scarfed down there. We're pretty big Charlie's Landing fan around
Charlie's Landing, it's right at Seaforth Sport Fishing. Just park like you're going fishing. It's right there. Charlie's Landing, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Great spot right there at Seaforth Sport Fishing. All right. You have a great text, huh?
Yeah, we do. Hey, Rory at Lakeside wrote in, hey, good morning, guys. My question is for the long range fishing, what is the minimum length that you would go if you want to target wahoo? And also, what time of the year would you book that trip? I've never caught one, and I have the bug. Can you talk a little bit about that with the setups?
What do you think, Ricky?
So I think there's 2 ways to answer that question. What is the minimum? I'm going to say there's 3 ways to answer it. We'll talk all 3. The minimum length of trip you could be on to catch one is a 6-day trip. That's the minimum length that it really takes to get down to the ridge, and that's where you have your spot. I would say realistically, the minimum length of trip that you, if you're wanting to target one, because we're only talking about minimums here, the minimum for me really would be an 8-day trip, because that's really what it takes to fish the rocks appropriately. You can get to the north end of the ridge on a lesser trip, but you don't have a lot of time. 6-day is really pushing it to fish Alejos rocks just because of the extra travel time. So the minimum time, if your goal is to catch one, to me would be an 8. And I'm going to just jump one further. My suggestion on your minimum time to really plan on being successful would be a 10. And I know that that's a lot more length of trip, but that gives you the time to be down there and fish multiple locations and have the time to do it. And if the stars align on your 8-day trip and you get down to the rocks for a couple of days, absolutely you're going to have a shot at getting one. But you've only got a couple of days down there. If your goal is to really catch one and you're trying to book a long range trip, for me, it's book a 10-day, just because that's going to give you multiple days in the zone for it to happen. And as we all know, wahoo's a humbling fish, man. Just because you get a bite from one doesn't mean you're going to get to put a tag on one. It's not like a school-sized tuna where once you hook that fish, he's probably coming home. It's not uncommon to go through several of them before one makes it over the rail.
No doubt. Now, the Royal Star typically this time of year does 7-day trips.
Right.
And you can do it on a 7-day.
Oh, absolutely.
That's kind of a minimum.
Yeah.
But you could pull it off on a 7-day. But like Ricky says, give yourself more of a chance. You really want to get that fish, just go on a 10-day and book it. But And then this time of the year, from now through December. What about that?
Actually, through
8-day
January, right?
Through January.
Because the after Christmas trips run into them also.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
So that 8-day that you're hosting on the Royal Polaris, so Let's Talk Hookup trip in December, you had shots at Wahoo, right?
We have shots. It's always weather dependent if you can
Right.
get out there, right? And you never know. And right now, right, you got weather coming up and down. It's a crapshoot. It is a lottery on Oahu. 1, you have to have the conditions to be able to get the layos. 2, you have to have the bait. And 3, you have to have them there, and then you got to be able to land them.
Yeah.
And I'll throw a fourth one in there is timing. You know, like Wahoo is a very strange and it reacts very different to pressure than other fish do. The star, like I said, it's all about the stars aligning. You're going to have shots anytime you're on a trip, you know, like you said, Pete, that 7 days or longer, the shots are going to exist. The difference between a shot and that really good fishing is just what Wayne said. It's condition and it's timing of the fish and it's timing of the other fishermen. If you have a trip where, you know, hey, the weather was up, so these guys, they opted not to go to Alejos. This boat had a good trip, but then they went into the ridge and they fished, and all of a sudden you turn around and everybody was on travel days coming home, and it's been 5 or 6 days since anybody has been there, and you're the first boat on scene and a new wave of fish moved up. You can have absolutely lights out Wahoo fishing where all 4 trollers are going off and there's bomb fishing, and you think this is the greatest thing in the world. And the next boat can run in the next day or the day after, and it's just picking up scraps or vice versa. Like
very subject to pressure.
Absolutely.
Totally. Yeah.
for
They're
sure.
a very pressure sensitive fish. But what's cool about them is like, even when there's multiple boats there, if a new batch rolls in that day, everybody gets in on it. They're just
Right.
they're fun, but that's what's so cool about them. They're not a guaranteed, you know, wide open thing. Like you got to earn them. And when you do, it's like, I got
Got
Just because you hook them doesn't mean you're going to land them.
That's
Yeah,
the truth,
that's
man.
for sure.
Those
Humbling.
things run so
They're fun.
fast.
Yeah, they're fun to catch, though.
No
hey,
doubt.
let's try and sneak in a phone call, huh?
You
Absolutely.
got it, bro. Let's do it. How about we talk to Dan? Dan's calling us from West Covina this morning. What's up, Dan? Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, thanks for having me on, man. It's good to talk to you guys.
You too, Dan.
Happy 34 and more.
Thank
And
you.
I really appreciate what this show gives me every single week. I just want to let you guys know that. I mean, it keeps me company at work, and the archives, I depend on them heavily.
That's great.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and I'll find myself re-listening to a show just because I'll miss some details from what I listened to the first time. So, yeah, they come in handy. But I have a question for Pete. Since I'm heading down to Loreto next month, and I know you've been there quite a bit, and I was just wondering if you had ever been to the Puerto Escondido Marina and Danzante Bay resorts, because I don't recall you talking about those before.
You know, I have been to both. I haven't stayed there, but I've been on boats in Puerto Escondido. I know some of our friends take their boats down there in Loreto, and I've had actually dinner down there in the beautiful marina in Puerto Escondido. And that Danzante Bay, wow, what a beautiful place. You know, it's quite a bit outside of Loreto, but it's kind of all self-contained. It's are you a golfer?
Yeah, I actually did the course once. It was a heck of a lot of
It's
fun.
a beautiful
It was great. I didn't
course,
care what
yeah.
my score was, man. It was just fun
But-
being out there.
Yeah, and that bay is just gorgeous. And I know they have fishing out of there too. You going to try and fish?
We are fishing out of the marina. That's where we mostly do it. Just a local marina out of Loreto, and that's worked for us over the years. And then sometimes we'll have an arrangement with one of the Ponga guides where they'll just meet us at whatever resort we're at. So if we're in the Napolo area, they come down and meet you. So you don't always have to go to the marina, which is pretty nice.
Wow, it sounds like you have it down there.
Yeah, I've been doing it a little bit. It's been about 4 years, but definitely looking forward to getting back down there again. And it's just nice every time you go.
Well, give us the report when you get back. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Appreciate
Oh
that.
man, my pleasure.
All
Thank
right.
you guys.
That's such a cool part of the coast. It's one of the last
beautiful.
one of the last that's starting to get undeveloped, not a ton there where you can still go get the old school vibe and the old school feel, but also still have the modern amenities. Like
Yeah.
there's still the old school charm of Loreto, but the modern necessities have caught up to it in the best way.
Absolutely. And it's so easy to get to too. There's flights out of Tijuana through CBX, nonstop flights. It's only like an hour and a half flight. And then you can fly out of LAX too. I think Alaska has a once a day flight during the season out of LAX. It's a couple hour flight, but pretty simple, and some beautiful resorts. Like he was saying, Danzante is quite a bit south, or maybe half an hour, 45 minutes south of the actual small town of Loreto, but some beautiful places there. And then you've got, of course, my favorite place is just to hang out right in the town.
Yeah, the Malecon is cool. The fishing's cool. The people are cool. It's a great spot. Well, Dan, appreciate the phone call. Hey, when we come back, we got another full hour of Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. We're going to be on that Let's Talk Hookup app. We're going to be on Facebook and YouTube Live. We're going to say goodbye to the fan. We got more of that coming tomorrow, but another full hour coming your way with Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California Sport Fishing Boys on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, and YouTube Live.
Well, it's Saturday night and the temperature's right. Feel the summer coming, taking over the night. Pickups are loaded and the coolers are filled up with beer.
Three kayaks, 6 surfboards, 10 rods, and 1 truck bound for Baja. That's where my brother and I's most recent quest into the Baja Peninsula began, in search of waves, fish, and fun. We are able to transport all the kayaks, rods, and boards without straps due to the easy transportation of the Hobie iTrack inflatable kayaks. We brought a tandem and 2 singles, the I-9 and 11, and they were totally enough to get all 6 of the boys onto some of the best halibut and grouper fishing of their lives. Now, you might be thinking, 3 kayaks? I thought a tandem and 2 singles would only be able to fit 4 people. Well, a simple lawn chair on the back of the kayak was enough to turn the 2 single kayaks into tandems. Catching upwards of 100 fish a day in the mangroves, ranging from 15-pound grouper to tons of legal halibut, we had our fill and headed back to the States. Check out the full video of this trip on our YouTube channel, Fastlane SC, or come by our shop in Mission Bay and check out a Hobie inflatable kayak. See you soon.
Hey, this is Captain Benny Florentino, owner-operator of Coastal Charters. Just want to announce that I'll be running the Camus 26 hybrid boat from West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa. Hybrid being a center console with bay boat features. The boat features a Michael Peters stepped hull that'll give both myself and my guests a comfortable, dry ride. West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa will be carrying the 26 hybrid, 28 hybrid, and also a 34 cat. Heck, they even have some great looking bass boats. But if you have any other questions, feel free to call Nick Kelly or Kyle Mesa at West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa, and we'll see you on the water.
Take it from Captain Benny Florentino. West Coast Marine in Costa Mesa is your source for Camus boats, as well as Parker boats, Yamaha outboards, and now Mercury outboards. Sales and service, the finest you can find. Go see Nick and the guys at West Coast Marine on Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa, or check westcoastmarine.com.
Looking for the ultimate Alaska fishing experience and the best value in Alaska? Look no further than Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. A trip to Kingfisher includes everything you need to make your experience legendary. The finest fishing fleet in Sitka with the best captains, deluxe accommodations, gourmet food, world-class fish processing, and the best part, it's all included for one amazing price. Kingfisher is Let's Talk Hookup's most popular destination. Hundreds of listeners have experienced Kingfisher Charters, and most go back again and again. You have probably heard a lot of big promises from other Alaska lodges, only to find there were lots of hidden charges. Not Kingfisher. Everything is included. 10-hour fishing days, your license, fish processing, super deluxe accommodations, amazing food, airport transfers, and fishing gear. All you bring is your layer clothing, and Kingfisher covers the rest. Kingfisher Charters, your Alaska fishing destination. 800-727-6136 or check kingfishercharters.com.
Power your boat with Norsk Lithium, the ultimate choice for marine adventures. Our batteries deliver unmatched starting, trolling, and electronics power, packed with cutting-edge technology like Deep Sleep to eliminate phantom draw. Built with rugged BCI-compliant cases, they're designed to handle the toughest conditions on the water. Stay in control with the Norsk Guardian app. Monitor performance, track battery health, and unlock advanced features right from your phone. Charge with confidence using Evotech onboard and DC-to-DC chargers for fast, efficient, and hassle-free power management. Designed for maximum compatibility, these chargers keep your entire system running at peak performance, so you're always ready for the next trip. With a 10 plus 2-year non-prorated warranty, you can trust your batteries to perform for years to come. Our industry-leading warranty ensures you get the most out of your investment. With dedicated customer support if you ever need it. Upgrade your marine power today. Set up your custom system at NorskLithium.com or visit Trolling Motor Doctor in Lakewood. Norsk Lithium. No matter where the adventure takes you, we've got you powered.
Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray, Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and Corey Sandin.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of Let's Talk Hookup on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, and YouTube Live. Wayne Kotow here with Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa in the world headquarters at Fisherman's Landing in Point Loma. They have me running the equipment today, and we're talking all things fishing and what's happening on the water, along with catch reports and calls and texts.
Lots of good stuff going on. Yeah, for sure. And your big event this afternoon for CCA California, right?
Absolutely.
The Star Tournament.
Star Tournament Awards. Boy, somebody is going to win that Parker 18-foot center console with the Yamaha 150 motor, the trailer, all from West Coast Marine Services in Newport Beach.
And that starts at noon today?
Noon to 3 at the Bass Pro Shops in Irvine.
And so if you're in that area and want to stop by, it's a free event.
Well, come by and stop by because we're also serving lunch. We're going to have pulled pork sandwiches. Pulled pork sandwiches, guys.
No
come on
kidding.
by and have some fun with us. Win some prizes. See all the winners because somebody's going to go home very happy today. Because it's not just the one prize. There's lots of prizes. On top of the junior prizes.
Grand prizes.
We have some junior prizes too. So
yeah.
It'll be good. It'll be a fun time. Come by. Bass. How do you not want to go to Bass Pro Shop anyway? I mean, it's the candy store, right? For everybody. So it'll be a fun day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, as you can hear, we've just got a great show coming for you. Again, this another full hour here. Let's Talk Hookup. And if you want to join us, man, we want to hear from you. The only way in the second hour is to send us a text, and the texts are standing by. We've got a lot of great text to read here. That's only available through the Let's Talk Hookup app. And just what you say, make sure you include your name and your phone number, because if you win today's big prize, we need to get it to you. And that, again, is a brand new pair of Costa Del Mar sunglasses. Awesome pair. Pete's holding them up. Pete and Wayne there showing you that's this week we're giving away a pair of White Tip Pros. It's a black frame, blue mirror combination. It's got that killer Costa 580 glass, a fantastic pair. For one lucky caller.
How's that look, huh?
Lucky you're ready to go fish, man. Looking good. Wow. Styling.
Such a nice wrap.
Yeah, they're really good glasses. Yeah. Those guys, they make so many that fit, and like all of like the little things that you don't think about. The rubberized pieces on the on the ears, like it's you know,
and then the movable nose pieces.
Exactly.
This super comfortable.
Not affected by your sunblock that you put on. All the things they've got. They've got it set up so that if you have like the clip or the suction cup style, sunglass retainers, those will handle. But it's just bitching. Yeah, killer pair from Costa, and we're really proud that one lucky caller or texter is going to win those today. And as always, we're going to decide that by the coin flip at the end of the show today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, hey, you mentioned it, and as promised, it's time to find out what's going on. We got him, the private boater buddy, Captain Mark Wish, is standing by with our fishdope.com report, which today is sponsored by Gamakatsu. If you like to fish for tuna and you're not using Gamakatsu, man, you are missing bites. Their 720 heavy-duty assist hook is the one for your nighttime jig fishing. For bait fishing, there's no doubt. Nothing beats a Nautilus circle hook. They come in sizes as small as a number 4 and all the way up to a 6.0. And for big fish, the Nautilus HD, it's tough enough to handle your big fish, but it's not too oversized of a gauge wire to slow your bait down. You can see it at local dealers or check gamakatsu.com for more information. We got him, the private boater buddy, Captain Mark Wish is on the line. Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Mark.
Morning, Ricky, Pete, Wayne. Wayne, I got to tell you, you're a natural with this, buddy. You're just sitting in that chair doing a great job.
He is doing a fantastic
Thank you. Thanks,
job.
Mark.
He's the man about town, too. He's just all over the place.
That's good. Good thing you snagged him. So you can go trout fishing or whatever you're doing.
Exactly.
Field research.
Field research. Got to go.
Field research. I got to love it. All right, guys. So we're creeping up on mid-September, and, traditionally this is our best fishing and typically very good weather, but man, especially this past week, it's been a little challenging for a lot of the private boat fleet. That wind on the outside has been relentless, and it's getting a little better now and forecast to be better still here this upcoming week. Thank God.
Yeah.
But so we got no worthy reports from up north, just not hearing much because of that weather, or from Nick on the outside. Although traditionally this time of year at Nick, it can be really interesting fishing that sand spit, but you need some better weather. Now over at SBI, the only report I had was from one of the sport boats hiding up in the lee so their passengers could have a nice dinner without the plate sliding off and a couple hours sleep. That's the SBI report for this week. Catalina, fortunately, it's inside the wind line, so it's been pretty much fishable. Choppy on the back, of course, but pretty much fishable and pretty good for this time of year. Actually, there's still some squid on the backside east, and guys, at this time of year, that big home guard yellow that lives in them deep water structure spots, they like that squid in that sector from backside middle up to the west. The west is the best. And if you want to learn them deep spots, I got a whole book called In the Gray about how to fish that island. Or at San Clemente Island, still some yellows biting in the cove on the bait grounds, but man, definitely a little slower than it's been. But that bite has just continued for weeks. And but it looks like it might be winding down. That squid's thinning out a little bit. Smaller yellows scattered up and down the spots on the front, and really good calico bass fishing. And then offshore, here's where we had a little uptick and some good local news. The fish dope plane was up yesterday looking around. They did a hell of a road trip, covered a huge amount of area, and the whole report is on fish dope. But one of the highlights is that they saw some yellowfin tuna on dolphins near the 267 out in front of Dana Point. That's really, finally, thank God, and hope that wasn't an isolated instance. It's really good news because usually by mid-September, that stuff's all over the place, and it just hasn't been. But the water conditions in there, they're good. The water's warm, and it's pretty clean, and there's lots of bait. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully that stuff sticks around.
Hey, Mark,
And
I
then
have
just
a question. You just mentioned In the Gray, and I have a book. If people are looking on Facebook or YouTube Live, I have a copy of it in my office. Constantly, it's like the Bible. Is that still available?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did a reprint here, more than a few years ago. So it's actually a second edition. And yeah, we got plenty of them.
You got them at the shop?
We do indeed.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
It is
and you know what's amazing? We almost, I wouldn't say every day, but several a week. I mean, they're going out because of the website and people coming into the store. And I had a guy come in just day before yesterday. He said, I got to buy one. I lent one to my buddy and he won't give it back to me.
Yeah, no, it's a good book. It's got everything in it. If you fish in Catalina in that sector up there, man, it's got all of it.
Yeah, it was a fun project. But I got to tell you about this marlin fishing.
Yeah.
And oh boy, it's been pretty good. So from that area where they seen that yellowfin, across to the 14, up to the rigs, down through the steamer lanes, around the Avalon Bank proper and off the east end a little bit. It's a pretty good sized area. There's a little temperature break in there and the stuff's kind of on that break. And it's been really good fishing here for pretty good stretch of time. Last weekend was the Masters in the Catalina Island Yacht Club tournament, I think it was. And both those had pretty good fishing. And then this week, the one and only Pesky's tournament. That club was started many years ago, those pescadors, and it was all the high rollers that weren't allowed to fish in some of the other clubs. They started their own. And I got to tell you, I belonged for a long time. I wish I'd never dropped out. It's a wild and crazy bunch of guys. They put on a tournament like no other. The Pesky's is unique. I've seen amazing things, both fishing in the tournament and the after parties afterwards. It's an awful lot of fun. They had a pretty good day yesterday, and I anticipate they'll have good fishing and certainly some good partying at the end of the day today. So congratulations to you guys and have a good time. And then for the exotic of the week, we actually have two contenders here this week. One of the sport boat captains saw a manta ray up on the Horseshoe. We had a spot of 72-degree clean water on the Horseshoe, and for some reason a manta ray goes to and down the side of the boat. So that's kind of unusual, but maybe shape of things to come. And then the other one on the Tornado, another sport boat one here, they caught a Pacific big scale pomfret the other night.
What?
Fishing for
What a
bluefin.
trip.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
yeah, look that one up. It's kind of a different look. And of all that deep water goofy stuff they catch, I've never seen one of these in the pictures before. So there you go. Pacific big scale pomfret.
And I know not all of them,
exotic of the week.
But some of those pomfrets are like tremendous eating fish too.
Really?
Yeah, but not all of them. Like I know there's some that they catch longline fishing that they disregard, but there's other ones that are just prize table fare. That's a cool looking fish.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
Mark.
that's this week's report, guys.
Hey, a great one as always. We sure appreciate you compiling. Great fishing going on right now, but we'll take some of that. And finally, a nice week of weather. We're going to get a really good handle on exactly what's going on. Great timing for fishdope.com to be flying that plane and getting that report. And if you are not a member of fishdope.com and you want to see that great plane report that Mark was talking about, you can save $30 off of a new membership by using the code Hookup Now. Hookup Now, all lowercase with no space, saves you $30 on a new membership. Mark, if we want to find you at the greatest spot, best bait tanks in the biz, how do we find Pacific Edge?
And you can buy the book too.
There it is. You can go buy the Bible in the gray.
Yeah, I'm online too.
Yeah. How do we find you, Mark?
We're in Huntington Beach on the corner of Bolsa Chica and Edinger by the big Chevron station. And the phone number is area code 714-840-4262. Website pacificedgetackle.com. And there's no telling what we're going to be talking about next week because things are really looking kind of good offshore. So
well, that warm water, if you haven't noticed, NOAA put out a report about the water in the NorCal all the way up into Washington, Oregon. They're saying the warm water blobs coming across from the north, plus the water down here out of San Diego out to the banks. It's 75 degrees outside right now.
Crazy
water.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's like we always say, been a little slow in August, maybe. Watch out. It's coming.
I can't
We
wait.
seem to be 6
It's
weeks behind,
coming.
right?
Yeah.
About 6 weeks behind right now.
Yeah,
It's
look at that.
interesting.
You know, I saw a post, Mark. One of the guys on friends on Facebook, I forget who it was. They had nine bites, 7 hookups, and released 5 or 6 marlin in one day. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's Bruce owns a boat called the Swagger. And if you noticed in that video, you look down in that beautiful cockpit tank. That's our 90-gallon teardrop tank with a whole bunch of custom extras. Yeah, we know Bruce. That crew, he's been high boat, I believe, the last 3 years, and probably will be so again this year. They've had a hell of a season already.
Crazy.
And yeah, they had 9 bites and I think got 6 flags flying. They had some really, really good fishing.
Like
and if you
Cabo
notice those pictures, like Cabo. Well, we get really good marlin fishing around here sometimes, and you don't hear an awful lot about it because, it's not for everybody. It's kind of specialized. That's a fact. And unfortunately, it had my hooks in me for 30 years. I spent a lot of time chasing them things. We've caught more than a few. And if we ever get this new boat thing figured out, I might be fishing them a little more again here toward the end of the season.
I like it.
Get the bug again, huh?
Don't call it a comeback.
Back in the saddle. Back in the saddle.
Boy, Mark. Boy.
Hopefully I'll be able to tell you about it next week. Thought I would this week here, but there's like one tiny little paperwork snag that's holding things up a little bit. So
all right.
Soon coming.
We're excited, buddy. Well, great job, and I sure appreciate that. And we will look forward to talking to you next week.
You got it. We'll see you guys.
Thanks, Mark.
Take care.
All right. Appreciate that. That's a great job, man. He does such a good job. And like you said, Pete, there's just not a better place in the world to get a bait tank than Pacific Edge. It
and
is
I'm
the
telling
difference
you,
maker.
this book, if you want to know about sea bass fishing or just fishing around Catalina, San
putting your
Clemente
anchor down
Island,
on the bottom.
putting an anchor down.
Totally.
This is the book you need to have. It's literally
good to
it is
have
the
for
Bible.
reference. Even if you've read it before, you go back and get a refresher course.
Absolutely. That's why I keep it right here in the world headquarters. all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Always good to reference. And Mark got in a lot of trouble for writing.
I know he did.
Because he gave out a lot of stuff, right?
That was the inside intel right there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So how about another text, Ricky?
I thought so. We had a great one from our friend Jolene in Oceanside.
Hey, Jolene.
Good morning, Pete, Rick, and Wayne. The Star Contest has been an absolute blast, and I'd love to have a brand new boat. I wanted to say, hi, Wayne. You're a great addition to the show. Can you explain a little bit about this year's rockfish regulations in terms of dates and changes to species in Southern California?
Hey, Jolene, good to hear from you. I love watching all your posts as you go out and do all the fishing that we don't always get to go do.
Yeah.
So Rockfish regulations, the changes that happened this year mid-season happened to do with mostly Northern and Central California, because what they found out at Pacific Fisheries Management Council and then approved at the commission are changes to the depth and depth restrictions, because they were going to be inside of 50 fathoms. They opened it all the way up, all depth, because they didn't have the need to protect the quillback like they thought. So that opened that up. And then they removed the line that split Central into two, a North Central and a South Central. They removed that line. So that was important to give everybody up in Central and Northern California more opportunity to fish groundfish. That's good for us. It was good for them. The science proved out exactly what we were telling them. Down here, the one major change to groundfish happened to be where they combined sunset and vermilion into one bag and one amount, only because there was too many people that were misidentifying their fish. So it's easier to be overprotective to protect the species rather than to give people fines. It just made it easier. So those are really the major ones.
Wait, back up. Sunset rockfish and a vermilion are two different fish.
Correct.
Ish.
Ish. Yeah. I mean,
they're defined as two different species.
Right.
Yeah. So the problem is it is very hard. I would have a hard time identifying them.
Do we catch sunset rockfish down here?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I hang my hat on rockfish knowing the difference.
You're rock hard wreck.
Yeah, well,
you're right.
Yeah. Your fault. I think, I was talking to Steve Crook, like it's a dorsal spine or a fin ray counting thing, but the color patterns and designations are, if not identical, extremely close. And a lot of time it's just by depth. And that's always bummed me that, like,
so is the sunset deeper?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't remember if it's shallow or deeper. It's one of those two. That's the main things. Like, oh, well, if you catch one and it's this deep, then that means it's probably this. And if you catch one and it's that deep, it means it's probably that. There is a difference, but let's put it this way: if Steve Crook couldn't immediately point to one and tell you, and he'd say, like, I need that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
So that's why they combined
the two into one bag, which is a limit of two. For the southern region, and it was for the right reasons.
Yeah,
to protect.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
When Steve
if you catch a sunset rockfish, it counts as a vermilion and vice versa.
Correct.
Okay.
When Steve was trying to describe it to me, he said a researcher that works with sunsets and vermilions would look at it and tell you the difference. The rest of us would be like, okay, let me get an ID guide and see if we can't determine what it's that level of similarity that's why it made sense to combine.
Very good.
So do you have another text, Ricky?
I sure can. And this one is said, good morning, gents. Congratulations on 34 years. I started listening to you in the early 90s while driving a tractor in the Imperial Valley. It only got AM radio, and it really made those hours fly. I'm listening with my boys and appreciate all the knowledge I've gained over the decades. Keep it up. You guys are the best. That's from Matt and Penasquitos. Matt, congratulations. It's been a fun ride, man. It's a lot of fun years.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, for
Absolutely. Sure. So I got another one here. It's from Dave, and it says, as a private boater, would love to understand tips and pre-trip planning to identify where the fish offshore. Temp breaks, chloroform, especially interested on how to identify current direction and all. Where do you get that information for planning?
Fishdope.com.
I was just going to say the very last segment was sponsored by fishdope.com. That's exactly the tool that puts it all in one place. And it just offers so much information.
Yeah. And you get it all for $200 a year.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, and if you use the code hookup now, all one word, lowercase, you get $30 off.
Yeah.
For your new membership. And it's got temperature, chlorophyll, the whole thing. The other thing too, and I will throw this out to terrafin.com, $99 a year.
Yep.
Terrafin does different things than fishdope.com, and it's a little more scientific on Terrafin. And I really like the charts on Terrafin because I know them, use them, and no matter where you are in the world, you can get a Terrafin chart. Like if you're going to Alaska, you're going to Baja, wherever, they have Terrafin charts on that, and it's all part of your membership at terrafin.com.
If you're serious about offshore fishing, it just needs to be a combination of the two.
Right.
Terrafin, like you said, gives you a very detailed, in specific location water charts, whether it be water color, water temperature, even surface heights, currents, that kind of stuff,
and chlorophyll.
Right. Yeah. That'd be your water color. Yeah. Your Fish Dope is, in addition to water charts, it's where they were, what they did, the airplane. They're two sources of info, and that's what I was going to say. There is no such thing as too much good info.
Oh no.
Fish Dope 2 is so good to give you a synopsis of what's going on up and down the coast. You can kind of follow the trend. You can see where it's biting. It's a great tool of what happened yesterday, and then that with all those puzzle pieces, hopefully helps you be where it is tomorrow,
Yes.
the next day.
Yeah.
The other big one too, like you mentioned, Pete, are weather apps. And that has a lot of it to do with it. I use Windy, and then you just turned me on to it. Is it Ventusky?
Ventusky, Ventusky.
Yeah.
Actually, Dave from the Tomahawk turned me on to that, Captain Dave. And he says that's what he uses. I really like Ventusky. I think, and Windy's great too.
Windy's still what I use just because it's what I'm used to.
Great. Yeah. Ventusky, I think, has a tendency, like when you double check it, to be a little more accurate.
Okay. That's good.
But they're both pretty close.
So there was
I actually use Ventusky a lot in Montana too.
Oh, okay.
And it
Well,
works.
we were
pretty
talking
much
about
anywhere
before
you
the
are.
regionality of it. Windy's really good around here,
Yeah.
but not necessarily was it perfect when we were up in Alaska,
Right.
where Ventusky seemed to be better in other areas.
Yes.
even,
Yeah.
more accurate. So
Absolutely.
maybe their application geography is different.
Maybe so.
Right, their coverage.
Yeah.
I'm a Windy guy because it's what I'm used to. But this week in particular, there was a couple of days that it was just not right on the better and worse side of things.
Right.
There was definitely some times where it called to be a little better than it unfortunately actually was. It was a little worse offshore. There was other days we had the exact opposite, where it was calling for heavier wind, and it just wasn't that bad.
Like
so,
we heard Dan earlier on the day and a half searcher trip. He said it was calmer at the bank than
Yeah.
it was at Calamity. When does that ever happen?
Right.
Right.
That's
well,
weird.
and the trouble is, none of the apps are going to tell you the grumpiness when the swell is totally mixed out there or close together. And that's where it's hard. Till you get on the water, sometimes you don't know.
Right.
The buoy only goes up and down, right? And the wind tells you, but you don't know where the wind pushed a swell in a certain direction against the other swell. So
Yeah.
there's also there's those nuances that I don't know if an app is going to pick it up. So you use them to get the best idea, to give you a ballpark where you're going to go and how you're going to get there and what you think you should look for. But once you get on the water, even if it tells you the fish were caught right here, that doesn't tell me they're going to be there tomorrow because they swim.
Yes.
But it tells you where a starting point and what you should be looking for, whether or not you have a temp break, a chlorophyll break, how and where you should be looking to have the best opportunity to go find a fish.
Gets you a good starting point. Then you got to rely on your Baker Marine. You got to rely on your Baker Marine binos to then find it.
Yeah,
very true. Hey, we got Mike Lum on the phone. Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Good morning, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, good morning, guys. How's everybody doing?
Doing great, buddy. Good morning.
Fantastic. So big event
Hey.
kicking off today.
You know, it is time again for Rod a Week, and this year we have a great lineup of rods that were donated by the various manufacturers, and they're all top of the line rods. This is like our kind of like our Reel a Week. We try to keep the product at the higher end of things, and thanks to the generous donations from the manufacturers, we've got a great lineup for everybody, and we're kicking the sale of the tickets off today with a special promotion. You remember a couple months back, we did Reel Week, and we were able to give away a bonus prize for people that were buying $100 worth of tickets. And we gave away a Newell reel that was new in the box, which was really special. Well, we have something equally special to kick off Rod a Week. We've got one of Carl Newell's personal fishing rods. And for those of you that weren't familiar, Carl Newell was really quite the innovator, and I believe set the direction for fishing tackle here for Southern California fishing that has not ended. We continue to improve upon things that Carl innovated, and when we have a chance to get a piece of history, anything that belonged to Carl Newell is something that is rare and a great thing to own. Conversation piece, wall hanger, whatever. But most people don't know this. Carl Newell really enjoyed fishing with 4 to 4.5 foot fishing rods, 43-inch fishing rods with a roller stripper roller top was his preferred method of fishing. And having had a chance to fish with him a couple of times on some of his charters, the boat would be filled with these little short rods, and he would go around and encourage everybody to try them. And it was different. And if you weren't real used to it at first, it was odd, but very, very effective. And for the type of fishing we were doing back in those days, really a lot of fun and very effective. So anyway, we have one of his rods that we were going to give away to one of the lucky winners. And it's going to include a Newell reel that matches it. And this rod truly did belong to Carl Newell. It was given to us.
I have a photo that I printed off of the web, and with a picture I'm showing up on here, and it's the
that's so
that's
cool,
a piece of
Mike.
history, man.
So cool.
That's a piece of history.
So it's 43 inches of sport fishing history. That's how I'm calling it. It's a very, very cool thing. Anyway, Rodo Week starts on November the 6th. So anybody that buys a ticket between now and November 6th will be in all the weekly drawings, and they'll run through January 22nd. And we'll be doing that on, I believe, I should know this. I think it's every Thursday. Yeah, Thursday evening, starting November 6th. The very first week, November 6th, we'll give away that Newell rod and reel as a bonus. And then all the rest of your tickets will be in there for all the drawings or until you win. So they're $25 a piece. If you buy 4 of them during this promotion, we'll give you a 5th one for free. And all of your tickets stay in for all the drawings until they win. And of course, the purpose of this is to raise money to take more kids on their first ocean fishing trip. And we have been having a really, really strong year. We've taken lots of kids this year fishing, and we're now looking into next year, trying to raise as much money as we can so we know what our budget is, so we know how many trips we can book. So it's important to us to get you guys to donate, take part in the Rodo Week, support the manufacturers that gave us these rods to make this possible. And those manufacturers, CalStar, GravTech, Seeker, Taipan, Batson, Turner's has one of their private label rods in there, Fishing Syndicate's in there. These are all top of the line rods that you'd be happy to win any one of them. And so the way you buy tickets is you call the phone number 951-264-7382, or you can send an email to win@rollokids.org. And all we need is a name and phone number. We'll know why you are contacting us. And then Tim Baker will do the honors of calling you back and selling you whatever tickets that you want to get. And again, buy 4 of them, donate $100. You'll get 5 tickets in the Rodo Week, and you'll have a chance at this 43 inches of sport fishing history we're going to give away
with the reel. And Tim is standing by right now at that number.
He is, and he'll be returning calls in the order that they are returned. So if you send in an email and it takes him a little bit to get back to you, he will get back to you. And it's unfortunate that the way California is structured, we cannot sell you tickets online because we are based in California, and California law does not allow for that. We have to do this over the phone or in person. By the way, we will be at Tackle Day in
November
the end of
1st.
October. And
November 1st, Saturday, November 1st.
Right, and that is before this drawing starts. So you can always pick up tickets there if you don't get a chance to call in. But we would like for you to call in and get the tickets, get this ball rolling for us, so we have an idea where we're at, and then come see us down there at Tackle Days. We'll have a booth, and we'll be doing a bunch of fun stuff there as well.
Yeah. So again, this special drawing, it's limited. So you buy 4 tickets. You get 1 for free now. They're $25 a piece. So you get $100. You get 5 tickets plus an entry in. Plus, how many entries into that piece of history from Carl? No, you get 1 entry, and once you buy $100,
you get 1 entry. And And sometimes the guys that really want to support us, they buy multiples, right? They buy $300 worth, then they'll have 3 entries into the special drawing.
You buy $500 worth, you don't, and it's all, again, it's a 501c3 charitable organization. Talk to your tax guy, but I believe it's tax deductible, and you'll get 5. If you get $500 to Rollo to send kids fishing, you'll get how many tickets is that? That's like you get 25 tickets, and
you'll get 20. You'll get
25 tickets,
25 tickets,
and you get 5 entries into the Carl Newell drawing for sure. Get that piece of history. All right, again, 951. 264-7382, 951-264-7382. Tim's standing by. Leave a message if he doesn't pick up. And then again, how do we email him?
It's win@rollokids.org. And all you need, you don't have to write him a letter. Just send your name and phone number. He'll know what it's for. He'll get back to you. And if you want to take a closer look at the rods, go to rollokids.org. Just go on their website, and they've got them all listed there, and you can see what you're trying to win. But take my word for it, you'll be happy with any of them that you win. And I wanted to remind everybody, with the cost of everything going up the way it is, obviously it's important for us to continue to raise more money so we can keep the same number of kids every year. We're up to almost $75. I think it is $75 per kid now is what it's averaging to get these kids out on their first ocean fishing trip and provide the tackle and feed them a hot lunch and make this possible. These trips are very, very important to these youngsters that have never been out on the ocean fishing before. This is their first opportunity to get out. And if you'll go and look at the Facebook, Friends of Rollo Facebook page, we have a number of recent trips, photographs of the kids, and you'll get an idea why this is so critically important. And I want to also virtually shake Wayne's hand right now, because Wayne has been doing a wonderful job for Friends of Rollo, helping us get our social media messaging out better than we were. And he's doing a great job for us, as he does CCA and Let's Talk Hookup.
Yes, he does.
I'm glad he's retired. I'm glad he's retired.
Retired.
Not bored. Never bored. Can't beat this organization. I mean, taking kids fishing, anybody that's ever gone out and done it and watched the kids who've caught their first fish, been on the ocean for the first time, playing in the bait tank, it's special. And this is how we start the next generation of our anglers enjoying our favorite sport of fishing.
You're here.
Very important.
Mike Lum, thanks a lot for that. Thanks for all you and Tim do and all the people that volunteer for the organization. RolloKids.org for more information. Rodo Week, call Tim right now. Buy some tickets. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Mike.
it.
Hey, when we come
Thank
back,
you guys.
Thanks, Mike. When we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, including a big block of your texts. We got more, a lot of fun. You stay tuned. You're listening to Let's Talk Hookup, Southern California's sport fishing voice, on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, and YouTube Live.
Take a closer look at the Ford Bronco and Bronco Sport. You'll see adventure, discovery, and even a little mud. These 4x4s provide the muscle, tech, and durability to go anywhere. Get your ideal combination of power and capability to handle whatever comes your way with the GOAT modes. That's goes over any terrain. It's time to see Ford in a new light. New inventory has arrived. Visit your San Diego County Ford dealer to take a test drive today. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Hey, this is Rosie with Cedros Sport Fishing. We have always been the leader in fishing trips to Cedros Island. We have set the bar even higher with our second lodge opening for the 2022 season. Side-by-side lodges sitting on the cliff's edge with relaxing ocean views. With direct flights departing through the CBX in San Diego, we are committed to providing first-class service to our guests and an unforgettable fishing experience. Come check out the yellowtail and calico bass capital in the world. Nobody does it better than Cedros Sport Fishing. Call me at 619-772-7570 or check us out at cedrosportfishing.com.
Time to talk about great gear from Shimano. Man, with this past trip that the guys had on the Searcher and that great bluefin fishing, but with a little bit smaller bait and a little bit finesse action, how do you not talk about the greatest live bait fishing reel in the world, the Trinidad series from Shimano?
Yeah. It's screaming to me Trinidad 16.
Oh, dude.
I don't know about
right?
you.
Yeah. 14, 16.
25, 30-pound test,
Mhm.
right? You put 65-pound Power Pro on there, top shot it with some Seaguar Gold, 25 or 30. I'd probably lean to 30 with the bigger bluefin.
Especially with
like
gold
that.
being a skinny diameter. Live bait fishing gets no better. You get power, you get free spool, you get ease of use, you get longevity in the smoothest package ever made.
And amazing casting reel, too.
No doubt about it. It's the Trinidad series. Check it out at your local tackle store. For more information, check out
This is
Shimano.com.
Duke Ekstrom from the Royal Star. In 1983, a group of intrepid anglers envisioned crafting the best sunglasses on the water. It's true now as it was then. Costa's performance frames excel in the toughest of elements. These styles are packed with functional features that create a competitive advantage for any adventure on the water. From the lake to offshore, Costa's Performance Collection has a legacy of helping anglers stay on the water longer. Learn more at costadelmar.com.
A top fleet and superb fishing is what Seaforth Sport Fishing in Mission Bay is all about. With free parking and fully stocked tackle shop, it's no wonder Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Apollo, Outer Limit, Elgato Dos, Pride, Tribute Pacifica, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth, Sea-Watch, and San Diego offer the finest half and full day trips available. Seaforth Sport Fishing. For charters or regular open party schedule, check seaforthlanding.com. Run by fishermen for fishermen in Mission Bay.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Having a great time here this morning. If you want to join us, the only way to get your questions in today on the fun show with Wayne and Pete, myself, 833. Excuse me, that's how you call into the fan. That'll be tomorrow. If you want to get in today, you send us a text. That's on the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's the only way to send in your text. Make sure you include that name and a phone number too, because we're giving away a brand new pair of Costa Del Mar white tip pros, that black frame 580 Costa glass.
Woo, check them out.
Sweet.
Yeah, if you're looking to us on Facebook or YouTube, of course, on the Let's Talk Hookup app, you can access all of that stuff. You can listen to today's show, last week's show. All the archives are on the Let's Talk Hookup app. It's a free app. If you haven't downloaded it, it's an absolute no-brainer. It works on Android as well as the Apple, whatever it is. I'm an Android guy, but
App Store.
App Store. Thank you very much. It works on there too, and it works on all those platforms. So it's a free download. You can access archives. You can access the live show. You can access our Facebook and YouTube, all our social media contacts. It's a one-stop shop on the Let's Talk Hookup app. And I guess what do we got now?
We got the man. We got our buddy from the Smokies Curing Company in Baja Cantina. Chris Boyers is on the line. Good morning, Chris.
Morning, Chris.
Buenos dias, amigo.
Pedro, Rick, Wayne, buenos dias. How we doing, guys?
Buenos dias, amigo. Everything's great, buddy.
Amigo. What's going on down south?
What a week of fishing we had, guys. I'm really pumped. We're getting pretty close to hitting on all cylinders. And we'll start off with the yellowfin tuna bite. It's limits galore on tuna, guys. They're bringing in limits on every boat. We had a great week of fishing, and not too far out, pretty much, I'd say 15 to 20 miles off Pescadero was hitting on all cylinders this past week, as well as maybe about the same off La Ribera, so not too far off. I'd say most of the fish are in the 15 to 25 pound range, but we did get a 195 pound cow this week, if that doesn't excite you.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, so we're selling a lot of fish boxes. Let's put it that way. We had a group leave yesterday. I think they had 19 fish boxes. They're 50-pound fish boxes.
Whoa.
So yeah, limits galore on tuna. So that's really exciting news. Also, the marlin bite and the sailfish bite still going off. It's been great for a long time. Lots of stripers, plenty of blues, and a lot of sailfish. So guys are having a lot of fun catching those out there, and they're spread out all over. So there's not like one area, but they're pretty much all over. And man, that roosterfish bite still continues to impress. Lots of roosterfish, pretty much anywhere from to the north off Pescadero all the way down to Lighthouse to the south, anywhere in between, close in, 40, 50 pounders everywhere. They're catching those on the green jack. So, man, I'm telling you, just you want to catch roosterfish or tuna, this is your time, or marlin. The Dorado bite, not too great. I'd say we were probably got 25, 30 Dorado in, and that was mostly off La Ribera right there. and over at Muertos Bay to the north. So, but not great, but hopefully that'll pick up. And then not too many. We got only a couple wahoo this past week, but we got the tuna wahoo jackpot coming up next Saturday at Palmas de Cortez. So, I mean, hopefully the wahoo bite will pick up, but plenty of tuna. So we'll see. And like I said, we had the one big one, and so you never know what could take that tournament this week coming up next week. We are keeping our eye on a little storm out there, but it looks like we might be okay. We'll keep a close eye on it, but hopefully it won't affect the tournament next Saturday. But as of right now, we're good.
I love it,
so, man.
Good's a good way to be.
Yeah, no kidding. And how's the bite at Smokey's Curing Company in Cantina?
It's rolling, man. And I was gonna say this time of year, it's not like there's a lot of boats going out, but they are all catching limits. So that's gonna pick up here in the next couple weeks. But Smokey's is doing well in the evenings with the anglers that are in town coming out. The town itself is pretty slow right now, which is just normal. But yeah, the restaurant's been hopping in the night, in the evenings, and then of course today and tomorrow we've got college football and NFL on the 20 TV, so we should be picking up later in the afternoon.
Rad.
Yeah, and then come fall, we're gonna have baseball playoffs and World Series and football. It's like sports mania there at Smokey's. And
I need some Smokies in my life right now,
Yeah,
man. I need to get down.
I'm
I
ready.
love it, buddy. I love
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Such a
ready.
great atmosphere you create down there. It's such a cool spot to go after a day of fishing to come have a cold one and enjoy some great food and a killer atmosphere. Chris, we love it down there, man. Home away from home.
I appreciate it, guys. It's definitely a fun place come October, man. It's going to be hopping.
All right. Well, how do we find you if we want to book Vaquera or come on get more information on Smokey's?
Give me a call at 858-231-1358. Get a hold of me at BajaSmokeDog2Gs@gmail.com, or you can get a hold of me at VaqueraSportsFishing.com, and we will be available to talk to you anytime.
You're the man, Chris.
Well, appreciate it, Chris. Talk to you next week.
Okay. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, amigo.
Thanks, amigo. Talk to you next week. That's awesome.
All right. Well, we have some great text standing by. I thought this was a fun one. Little recap that we talked about earlier. It says, good morning, guys. I wanted to send a quick recap from our Let's Talk Hookup Searcher day and a half. I really wanted to thank Rick for his courteous service to the tackle shop. He gave us our undivided attention and treated us like an old friend and didn't sell us anything we need. My next big thank is to Pete
Didn't
for
sell him anything we need.
Didn't sell him anything we didn't need.
Didn't need.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah.
We get a lot of guys in this time of year, hard to handle, but like I'm the biggest believer in that kind of thing. It's probably not the smart salesman-y thing to do, especially like selling fishing tackle is how we put food on our family's table. But like I'm the biggest believer in if you just sell a guy what he needs and none of the extra
That's
BS,
it.
you earn a customer forever. And like to a fault, I'm that way. Guy will bring
Should be.
half a dozen things up to the counter, and it's like, man, like I just don't know. That's the beauty that we have at Fisherman's Landing Tackle Shop is we got to talk to Mike Toddard when he pulled the boat in, and then again when he's pulling the boat back out. So if we know this week, hey man, yes, these things have been killer, but if this particular week it hasn't been about the nighttime, let's save your $100. Let's not worry about investing in a tungsten jig right now. This $29 option is going to do you just fine because it's really been making our hay, daytime live bait fishing, and I'm just such a believer in that. If you can sell somebody the right thing and save them a few bucks, you earn a customer forever rather than just selling a bill of goods one time. And anyways, yeah, it's my thing. Well, it's very nice of you to say, but the second fun part about that was my big thanks to Pete for such a killer grab bag of goodies. It clearly took a lot of time and effort to put together, and all of it was useful for our trip. Lastly, the trip was just phenomenal. I thought Captain Mike had to make some really tough choices, and he was still able to put us on an almost wide open sunset bite known as a Searcher Sundowner. Limits of bluefin. Big thanks to Let's Talk Hookup for amazing trip. P.S. Do not throw 15-pound. I'm still in pain. That's from Kurt in Ontario. Great text, Kurt. That's fun, buddy.
One thing I'll note too about you guys, like you and Dana Landing over in Mission Bay, the guys that are on the water with the guys every day that are going out fishing, which would be you and Dana Landing and like Seaforth Tackle over there, are the guys that know. I was in the tackle store the other day at Fisherman's Landing Tackle, and I watched a deckhand walk out with, he had like a dozen or a half a dozen of these trolling jigs. I forget the Halcos or something like that. And I kind of watched and I said, okay,
That's the real deal.
That
dude.
means that's what's
That's the
That's
deal.
what they're biting, right? When the deckhand or the captain is walking in there and buying those jigs. But that's the inside info that you guys know and nobody else knows.
It's what happened yesterday.
Yes.
It's not what happens in general. It's not, bluefin tend to bite this lure this time of year. It's just this is what they caught them with yesterday. This is what stopped the boat. It was, I mean, you could easily say, oh, bluefin like to eat a swimming plug. But that's what we pride ourselves on, is instead of just, having a swimming plug, it's like, well, all of the boats have all been calling us asking for this particular lure. Here it is. And
it might cost a couple, 50 cents more, 20 cents more or something like that if you're not on the water. But those guys don't know, I'm going to go buy it at some place over here.
Yeah.
No, but how do you know you're getting the right stuff? Go there, maybe pay a small percentage more just because there's a port tax.
I always say the same thing.
You guys got to pay the port
Fisherman's
tax.
Landing tackle will never be the single cheapest by the penny place to buy your fishing tackle, and we're aware of that. It also is not the most expensive. We're an MSRP place. That's what we do is MSRP, and we don't lesser than that. But the difference is we have the RCs and the Darrens and the Rays and the Dillons. Like we have really, really good guys behind the counter, just like all the other places you mentioned, the Dana Landing. You have two ways that you can do that. You can be the very cheapest, and there is something to be said for that, or you can have the people that provide the very best customer service. And if you don't
and sell you the right stuff,
you can lose every penny by saving your few pennies by buying one wrong thing. And we just try to make sure that that's never the case.
Right.
You just get what you need. But
Well,
anyways, it was really cool, Kurt, and I'm glad you had such a great trip, buddy.
That's interesting because I'm going to follow this up with Steve from Monrovia saying, hey, enjoying the show today with these three knowledgeable gentlemen. I just wanted to make a quick shout out to Fisherman's Landing Tackle. Rick spent an inordinate amount of time with me there last week picking out some CalStar rod blanks and highly recommended the store to anyone looking for saltwater knowledge. And good luck to all the participants today going to the Star Tournament prize drawing today. But, you don't hear enough about the things that people do at the tackle stores, the knowledge. I mean, now following up what you just said, it's so important because we are passionate. All of us in this industry are so passionate about what we do and what we can provide. We're not there to gouge you. I mean, it never was part of the thing. I used to sell at the a wholesaler for fishing tackle here in San Diego. And it was about putting the right tools for you to be successful on the water, because then you're going to be staying in our industry with us fishing and being successful and being part of that group that is happy to be here, wanting to keep doing it. And that is so important.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, totally.
No question about it.
I thought this was a fun text come through. And Pete, I'm hoping it's something because I don't know the best place to send, and hopefully somebody in our extended family might. It says, Pete, is it possible in the near future that you could pick up or recommend us a boat/cabin enclosure spot? I need some custom canvas work done, and I just can't find a reputable outfit. You always seem to work with the best people in our industry. That was from Mike and Rosemead.
Well, Rosemead, I am not sure. I would call Mark Wish up there in Rosemead, but I use Silver Bay Canvas down here. Mario used to work for some of the bigger companies. I've had bad experiences with one of the bigger companies down here in San Diego that I'll remain nameless. But Mario, who's the one of the world's best canvas makers down here, Silver Bay Canvas has done all the enclosures on the former Field Research, the new more Field Research, the Steiger Craft, and they do an excellent job. I know they built some canvas for Doug and Silver Bay Canvas.
That's good info.
But
I knew you would knew that.
Yeah,
I knew you would know that.
That's San Diego. Monrovia, I would definitely call somebody like Mark Wish, who would know the ins and outs of who would be the proper person.
Absolutely. So let's take another text here. We got Brother Mark up in Claremont asking, hey, great show, guys. Got a question talking about the giveaway at the end of the show with the sunglasses. I've seen the blue, the brown, the green, the yellow, and violet colored lenses being worn out on the water. I have always wondered if any of these tints are more effective seeing fish than the other, and what is the best for the different areas of the sea conditions. Of course, polarized lenses are a ticket. If you could talk about that and what you guys go to for the different conditions for glare and wind.
What do you like, Wayne?
I was always a blue mirror guy because out on the water with the bright sun, it's the right tint. but I have moved over to a lot of green lenses because we have mixed conditions of overcast skies, dull conditions, early morning, evening, and the green is just a little brighter and helps to see more. The polarized lens helps with the glare. So I have moved a lot of my sunglasses that I'm wearing over to green, over the blue. Now, if the bright blue, the bright sunshine and it's hot and sunny, I definitely put my blues back on.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And especially like if I'm going down to the East Cape for our Palmas de Cortez tournament next month, I'm wearing the blues, bright sunshine, stuff like that. But I'm with you. I'm on the green for sure. And if it's super overcast like it is today, I'll even a lot of times go to that
gold,
the gold or the yellow.
So that's my big thing. We're going to the Sierras next week. Can't wait. Super pumped. And I really like fishing in a lot of creeks. And a lot of times it's like overgrown, shadow, or just overcast. Cool. Sunrise silver mirror is that yellow mirrored lens, and that thing is just worth its weight in gold. Turn on the lights. In a low light condition, it is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah.
My day in and day out glass is a gray silver mirror. That's what I would say I wear 90% of the time.
That's what I wear driving.
Yeah, and in a low light condition, sunrise silver mirror, game changer.
But yeah, when I'm going to Montana next week, in Montana, we get a lot of bright sunshine, but we also get some overcast. The difference in wearing, I wear a lot of green up there too, and a lot of the sunrise silver mirror, and kind of have both in the boat. And the easiest way, especially when you're sight fishing like that, put them on, and you'll be able to tell what you should wear.
Difference.
Just
no doubt.
but you got to have at least 2 pair of glasses, in my opinion, and a lot of times 3.
Sometimes 3.
Yeah,
I'm with you. And the thing about going up fishing and going in and out of shade and stuff when you're fishing the streams, I'm with you. I'd rather have the brighter because
totally,
when you get in that shade, you don't want to have to keep pulling your glasses off.
No.
So
and if you're sight fishing like you are when you're trout fishing, it's an absolute must.
I can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I can't.
And you're staying with Adventure and Camping.
Yeah, we got our camp site all reserved. It's the first time the whole family's going to go up there. Dallas and I used to do 2 trips a year to the Eastern Sierra. We fell in love with Adventures and Camping. It's such a cool spot. And then we had kids. Yeah, and this is the first time with the whole family going up. Wyatt has been up once before. We haven't been since having Waylon, and we're really pumped. The whole fam's going. I can't wait.
Dog too.
Oh yeah, come on!
Yeah,
my dog couldn't even look at her if we went to the Sierras without Chinook. Yeah, it'd be a big deal.
That's cool. And they set it up for you. You've got a big camper,
dude. They're so cool. Yeah,
Adventure and Camping. Ryan and his wife
Shannon.
Shannon are amazing, and they'll help. Just call them up.
That's the thing. That's what I tell everybody.
Customize whatever you need, and they give you a Let's Talk Hookup discount. They'll give you a super, especially this time of the year. The fall is the best time in the Sierras, #1 time.
It's the most comfortable time to be there. It's when the fishing is the best, and there's and the people are, the majority of people have left. School is back in session. It's the time to go, and it's when the fish bite the best. Right. I'm so pumped up, and I'm pumped to do it a little bit differently. Like I like to fish a lot of moving water and maybe technical stuff. I'm really looking forward to doing some of the opposite of that. I'm looking forward to having the boys out.
Fly, or you want a convention?
I think this trip is just going to be a lot of making sure that my boys have a great time and campfire and s'mores and, getting a pontoon boat on June Lake and trolling around and waiting for the rod to bend over and that kind of stuff. I'm just pumped. I want to make sure that this is more fun for them. And if we catch some fish in the meantime, awesome. Yeah. Dallas has got pine cone decorating, Christmas ornament stuff planned. We're just gonna have a blast in the Sierras. I can't wait to go. Yeah.
These are the memories, though. These are the memories that they will remember.
I'm so excited.
I grew up in the Sierras every two weeks every summer with my family camping.
I'm so excited.
I still remember it. I treasure those memories of going up there.
Yeah. And Adventure and Camping, you don't have to own a camper. Even if you do, you don't even have to set it up. They set it up for you. You walk up and then you leave. When you leave, you just leave the keys on.
We're gonna drive up in our car, comfortable, not towing anything. The trailer is going to be set up, done, ready, fridge on, cold, AC running, and there'll be a creek 10 feet out the steps. It's got brook trout and rainbow trout in it. We're going to do the whole experience, all the water, all the showers, all the everything. And then when we're done, we throw the keys on the table, load the kids up, we drive home, not towing a trailer, 75 the whole way, just done. It's the best way to enjoy the Sierras.
That sounds
I'm so excited, dude. I can't wait.
That's going to be fun. And like I say, this time of the year, things to cool down, the leaves start to change.
Mhm.
It's such a beautiful spot.
I love it.
Adventureandcamping.com. They have everything listed on their website. So you can pick the camper you want. If there's just two of you, you can get a small one, you can get a big one, you can get campfires for you. They'll have barbecues for you. They'll even bring firewood for
Yeah,
you
if you want to do nothing, they'll provide the chairs,
Chairs,
the barbecue, the
Wow.
generator, the firewood, the mats. And if you're a guy that does a lot of camping, but you just want to use the trailer, you don't have to bring any of that. It's awesome. They're the best.
Yeah.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out who's got themselves a brand new pair of Costa sunglasses. More Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, and YouTube Live.
Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons, Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie, have taken Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels with the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities. Van Wormer Resorts have become a destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now, you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWormerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-777-TUNA for more information. Van Wormer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
The name that stands out among anglers is Fisherman's Landing, your top choice in local and long-range fishing. Our hardworking crew will make your fishing experience one to remember. We offer the finest open party trips from 1 to 3 days, the best charter boats available, and of course, our world-renowned long-range fleet is second to none. Fisherman's Landing is a full-service sport fishing operation offering great half-day trips on the Dolphin and full-day trips on the spacious and comfortable 85-foot Liberty. With bunks for your comfort, a huge bait capacity, and RSW fish holds to keep your catch fresh. Fisherman's Landing also boasts the best captains and crews in the business, from seasoned veterans to our young future legends. All our open party trips from half-day, full, or 1 to 3 day trips can be easily booked online at fishermanslanding.com or give us a call at 619-221-8500. I'll see you at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego.
Hello, Let's Talk Hookup listeners. This is Tim with Friends of Rollo, and we were gearing up for our annual Rodo Week promotion. This year highlights a fantastic selection of rods that will be given away every Thursday starting November 6th. All of these rods can be seen on the Rollo website at rollokids.org. Tickets are $25 each, and if you buy 4, we will give you one free. When you buy 4, you will also be entered into a drawing to win one of Carl Newell's personal rods and Newell reel. Carl Newell was a pioneer in the fishing industry, and what better way to have a chance to own a piece of fishing history? To purchase tickets, call Tim at 951-264-7382 or email win@rollokids.org. Please leave your name and number, and I will get back to you. Thank you for making it possible for Friends of Rollo to take over 150,000 kids fishing. Your support is greatly appreciated.
The lighter the bite and the cleaner the water means one thing. You need a thinner leader, more natural presentations. That's where Seaguar Gold Label leader material shines. It's Seaguar's thinnest leader material yet. That means it's even less visible underwater and creates more natural presentations for better catch rates on leader-shy fish. With exceptional knot and tinsel strength, this advanced leader material is now available from 2-pound test for fishing trout in the Sierra to 80-pound test for big yellowfin in Guadalupe. Get Seaguar Gold Label at your favorite tackle dealer or learn more at seaguar.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup. Okay, it's time. How fun.
All
Pete,
right,
you get to flip the coin today.
First ever. Okay, here we go.
All right. Today we have a texter. Congratulations. That was a solid. Yeah.
There,
you know, that should be noted. That was as good of a flip. Perfect location. Good sound on the table. That's how it's done, guests. Excellent job, Pete. It was a texter today. Dave in Los Angeles, you have got yourself this brand new pair of Costas. You are going to be so stoked, Dave. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Dave. And wow, Wayne, you're wrapping things up here, but it's kind of fun sitting in the third seat here, but it's all you right now, Wayne.
It's all good. Hey, thanks to everybody who's called, listening, texted. What a great show. Thanks for Kyle and Adam on the Let's Talk Hookup app. Listen tomorrow. We got Brian Sanchez, Fernando's Charter, and the Promar guys here Sunday, 7 to 9 a.m. 97.3 The Fan. Let's Talk Hookup app, Facebook, and YouTube Live. Thanks, everybody.
All right, Rick and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Thanks,
see you,
Wayne.
boys.
Great job, Wayne. Thank you
job,
very
Wayne.
much.
This-
Go see Wayne today up in Orange County at the big giveaway for CCA.
CCA Star
the
wrap-up
tournament.
award tournament.
Yeah,
Somebody's going to win that. Parker will be at Bass Pro Shop
in Irvine.
In Irvine.
All right, see you there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.